बट अफोर्ड नहीं करूंगा। ये नहीं, बहुत से वेज हैं कि आप हम आपको वेज बताएंगे। देखिए स्टूडेंट्स, हमारा ये इधर जब मैं इधर हूँ ड्यूक यूनिवर्सिटी में, डॉक्टर आकिब हैं तो वो भी ड्यूक यूनिवर्सिटी में हैं। तो हम देखते हैं कि हम सिर्फ दो लोग हैं जो पाकिस्तान से हैं ड्यूक यूनिवर्सिटी में, और ये एक बहुत बड़ी यूनिवर्सिटी है जिसमें तकरीबन 13,000 वो हैं, कैंडिडेट हैं। लेकिन बात ये है कि हम ये चाहते हैं कि हमारे पाकिस्तान से लोग हों, तो हम आपको इंशाल्लाह गाइड करेंगे। और जाहिर सी बात है, अगर हम आपको गाइड करते हैं और हमारे कंट्री के लोग आगे आते हैं तो हमें इस पे खुशी है। तो अभी हम, सर वी वांट टू राइट आवर आर्टिकल, यस। मैं कुछ बातें आपसे करना चाहूँगा कि ये इसका पर्पस क्या है, आज की हमारी जो ये मीटिंग है। और इस मीटिंग में ये मेरे पास अभी दूसरा ओपन है पीडीएफ। लेकिन क्योंकि आपको पता है कि फर्स्ट एड मेडिकल प्लेटफॉर्म पाकिस्तान में एक ऑथेंटिक प्लेटफॉर्म है जिस पे आपको यूएसएमएलई, एफसीपीएस और एएमसी सबकी लेक्चर प्रोवाइड किए जाते हैं। सर, योर स्क्रीन इज ऑफ। ओ, मैं समझ रहा था कि ये स्क्रीन ऑन है। तो नो, अच्छा कि आपने बता दिया, थैंक यू सो मच यार, आप तो बड़े अच्छे पर्सन हो। अभी स्क्रीन ऑन हो जाती है, देखिए। अच्छा, तो कुछ बातें मैं आपको इधर बता देना चाहता हूँ। इस वेबिनार का पर्पस क्या है और इसमें हम क्या करेंगे। अब विजिबल है स्क्रीन टू ऑल ऑफ यू? जी विजिबल है, थैंक यू सो मच। ओके, सबसे पहले तो अस्सलाम वालेकुम टू ऑल ऑफ यू, जिन लोगों ने हमें ज्वाइन किया, यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम। और इंशाल्लाह हम जहाँ तक फर्स्ट एड वेडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म जो आपकी हेल्प कर सकता है इंशाल्लाह हम करेंगे। और हमारा ये एम है। एक तो आप स्टूडेंट जो है ना स्क्रीन पे लाइनें लगाने का लगा देते हैं। चलें, वो कर दिया मैंने सही। वो ये है, ये जो रिसर्च है ना, ये हम इवन दो के कम्युनिटी मेडिसिन में आप एपिडेमियोलॉजी पढ़ते हैं, रिसर्च के टाइप्स पढ़ते हैं, और 5 साल गुजर जाते हैं, डॉक्टर हम बन जाते हैं, लेकिन हमें रिसर्च का नहीं पता होता, हमें रिसर्च की टाइप्स का नहीं पता होता, क्योंकि हमारा जो सिस्टम है, जो हमारा कॉलेज सिस्टम है, उसमें रिसर्च के बारे में बताया भी नहीं जाता। और इवन दो आप बिलीव करेंगे कि वो लोग जो कि कम्युनिटी मेडिसिन में रिसर्च सिखा रहे होते हैं बच्चों को, उनको खुद रिसर्च के बारे में इतना मालूम नहीं होता। तो मैं सबसे पहले अपना इंट्रोडक्शन करवाना चाहूँगा। आई एम डॉक्टर हाफिज आतिफ, और इस वक्त मैं ड्यूक यूनिवर्सिटी में हूँ। मैं एज रिसर्च स्कॉलर के तौर पर वर्क कर रहा हूँ एट ड्यूक यूनिवर्सिटी वैसे इन कार्डियोलॉजी, कंजेंटल अडल्ट हार्ट डिजीज कार्डियोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट में। ये जो कंजेंटल अडल्ट हार्ट डिजीज के जो सेंटर्स हैं, वो तो होल यूएसए में तकरीबन 4 होंगे, और उनमें से एक आपके ड्यूक यूनिवर्सिटी में है। तो जो आज का हमारा पर्पज है इस वेबिनार का, वो ये है कि हम आपको रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी के बारे में बताएं, रिसर्च की टाइप्स क्या होती हैं उसके बारे में बताएं। और क्योंकि पाकिस्तान में जो सिस्टम है, हम रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी पे बात नहीं होती। और रिसर्च हम सीखते भी नहीं हैं, और रिसर्च की हर जगह ज़रूरत है। अगर आप एफसीपीएस करते हैं तो एफसीपीएस इंडक्शन में आपको रिसर्च की ज़रूरत है। अगर आप जे कैट करते हैं तो उसमें आपको रिसर्च की ज़रूरत है। अगर आप यूएसएमएल कर रहे हैं तो उसमें आपको रिसर्च की ज़रूरत है। और अगर आप एएमसी कर रहे हैं, आप लैब कर रहे हैं, चाहे आपका जो भी फील्ड है, अगर आपको रिसर्च आती है तो तो आपकी जो सीवी है वो दूसरों से बेटर होगी। और आपको एक और इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ ये है कि मुख्तलिफ लोग जो डॉक्टर्स हैं जो क्लिनिकल वर्क करते हैं उनको रिसर्च नहीं आती होती, लेकिन हर एक पर्सन चाहता होता है कि मैं रिसर्च करूं। तो अगर आपको रिसर्च आती होगी तो उनकी जो आपसे बिहेवियर होगा, उनका जो आपसे एक वो लिंक होगा वो बड़ा मजबूत होगा। वो आपको बड़ा अगर आपको किसी डिपार्टमेंट में किसी बच्चे को रिसर्च आती है और आप एचओडी को पता चलता है कि इसको ही नोज कि हाउ टू डू रिसर्च, हाउ टू डू मेटा एनालिसिस, हाउ टू डू सिस्टमेटिक रिव्यू, तो वो आपको दूसरों से ज्यादा प्रोटोकॉल देता है। ये आप जब अपनी इसको आप ऑब्जर्व भी करेंगे। और रिसर्च जो है वो अगर किसी को आता है तो उसके लिए ज़्यादा चांस होता है कि वो इंटरनेशनल यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में रिसर्च पोजीशन हासिल कर सके। तो आज का स्क्रीन विजिबल है। तो अभी का जो हमारा वेबिनार है फर्स्ट एड मेडिज प्लेटफॉर्म की तरफ से है। और फर्स्ट एड मेडिज प्लेटफॉर्म इसके अलावा जो कोर्सेज हैं एफसीपीएस पार्ट 1, यूएसएमएलई, एनआरई, प्लैब यूकेएमएलए, और प्लैब 2, एएमसी, जेकैट, एमडीएमएस और यूएई एग्जाम जिसमें एसएलई आपका आता है, डीएचए एग्जाम और हार्ड एग्जाम, इसके लेक्चर भी प्रोवाइड किए जाते हैं। और जो फर्स्ट एड मेडिज प्लेटफॉर्म की वेबसाइट है वो ये वाली वेबसाइट है firstaidmedici.com.pk। और जो कांटेक्ट नंबर है आप इन इन सेशन को ज्वाइन करने का वो ये वाला है। और पाकिस्तान में फर्स्ट एड मेडिज प्लेटफॉर्म इज द बिगेस्ट प्लेटफॉर्म। पाकिस्तान जो हमारा फेसबुक पेज है उस पर तकरीबन 44,000 फॉलोइंग है। और जो हमारी वेबसाइट है उस पे जो स्टूडेंट्स ने एटलीस्ट अराउंड अबाउट 10,000 स्टूडेंट्स ने एज अ सब्सक्रिप्शन होल्डर के तौर पे उसको ज्वाइन किया है अप टू नो। और रिसर्च अपॉर्चुनिटी के बारे में ये बताना चाहूँगा। आपके जितने भी क्वेश्चन होंगे हम मैं उसके आंसर करूँगा। रिसर्च अपॉर्चुनिटी यूएसए में होती हैं। और रिसर्च अपॉर्चुनिटी किस तरह, रिसर्च पोजीशन किस तरह आप हासिल कर सकते हैं, उस पे डॉक्टर आकिब जो है वो उन्होंने डिटेल एक प्रेजेंटेशन तैयार की हुई है जिसमें वो आपको बताएंगे कि रिसर्च पोजीशन किस तरह हासिल करते हैं। असल में जो रिसर्च पोजीशन होती हैं वो यूएसए में वो यूएसए में आपको वो मिल जाती हैं। मैं जब यूएसए आना था तो मुझे नहीं पता था कि ये रिसर्च पोजीशन किस तरह लेते हैं। अगर मुझे ये इन्फॉर्मेशन पहले होती तो हो सकता है कि मैं बहुत से काम पहले कर चुका होता। बहुत सी चीज़ें ऐसी हैं यूएसए में अपना करियर परसू करने के लिए जो कि हम सिर्फ लेट इसलिए होते हैं कि हमें इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं होती। जो आज के वेबिनार है वो इसीलिए है कि हम आपको ये बताएं कि आप किस तरह रिसर्च पोजीशन हासिल कर सकते हैं। रिसर्च पोजीशन दो तरह की होती हैं। पेड भी होती है जिसमें आपको पे मिलती है, और एक अनपेड होती है जिसमें आप वॉलंटियर वर्क कर रहे होते हैं। उससे आपकी सीवी तो इम्प्रूव हो रही होती है लेकिन आपको पे नहीं मिल रही होती। तो जो स्टूडेंट्स आजकल जो ज़्यादातर अवेलेबल हैं वो आपकी अनपेड रिसर्च पोजीशन ज़्यादा अवेलेबल हैं। और जो पेड हैं वो थोड़ी हार्ड इसलिए हैं कि अब ये ड्यूक यूनिवर्सिटी है, इसको फेडरल गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से एक फंड आता था, एक काफ़ी बड़ी अमाउंट आती थी जिससे वो पे करते थे। लेकिन जो ही ट्रम्प एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने जो फंड है वो ऑफ कर दिया और जो पेड पोजीशन थी वो लेस हो गई। तो लेकिन आपके लिए ये है कि आपको चाहे पोजीशन मिले, अनपेड मिले या पेड मिले, आपने ये नहीं सोचना होता कि ये पोजीशन अनपेड है, आप उसको ले लें। तो इस रिसर्च वेबिनार के बाद एट द एंड हम इसके बाद, जब ये रिसर्च वेबिनार खत्म होगा, उसके बाद हम 10 ग्रुप्स बनाएंगे। 10 to 15 ग्रुप्स बनेंगे आपके। पहले हम आपको ये बताएंगे कि ये रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी क्या है, सिस्टमेटिक रिव्यू क्या होता है, रिसर्च टाइप्स क्या होती हैं। उसके बाद डॉक्टर आकिब जो है वो बताएंगे कि रिसर्च पोजीशन किस तरह हासिल करते हैं। उसके बाद जो लास्ट होगा उस पे हम आपके 10 to 15 रिसर्च ग्रुप बनेंगे। रिसर्च ग्रुप, ये रिसर्च ग्रुप किस लिए बनेंगे? क्योंकि एक पर्सन जो है वो हिमसेल्फ या हर सेल्फ, उसके लिए रिसर्च पेपर पब्लिश करना इट इज़ वेरी हार्ड। ठीक है। तो एक तो जब एक ग्रुप बना होता है तो उसमें जो आपके टास्क होते हैं वो डिवाइड हो जाते हैं। तो और आपके साथ हर एक ग्रुप में एक मेंटोर होगा। ठीक है। और 10 पीपल होंगे। और ये जो 10 पीपल होंगे, इनको वेबसाइट के थ्रू लेक्चर की एक्सेस होगी। ठीक है। और जो भी इनको अगर टॉपिक सिलेक्शन, फर्ज किया कि पर्सन 1 को हमने टॉपिक सिलेक्शन, जो हमारा रिसर्च जो हमने प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट किया है, तो टॉपिक सिलेक्शन इसको मिला है पर्सन 1 को, या स्क्रीनिंग का इसे टास्क दिया गया है, तो वो वेबसाइट से वो लेक्चर सुनेगा। अगर उसको समझ नहीं आई तो वो अपने मेंटोर से पूछेगा कि ये किस तरह करना है। तो मेंटोर उसको दोबारा रीचेक करेगा। और इस तरह ये रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट जो है कंप्लीट होगा। तो इसके बाद ये स्टूडेंट्स, ये वाला जो रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट है, ये फ्री करना पॉसिबल नहीं है। पॉसिबल इसलिए नहीं है कि जो मेंटोर है उसको आपने पे करना होता है। ठीक है। और जब आपने पेपर पब्लिश करवाने होते हैं तो वहां भी आपको आपने फी पे करनी होती है। तो प्लेटफॉर्म ये तो नहीं कर सकता कि वो एक तो बच्चों को मेंटोर प्रोवाइड करे, और फिर और जो बाद में डिफरेंट जर्नल्स होते हैं, और उनको सबमिट करवाने के जो एक्सपेंसेस होते हैं, उसको पब्लिश करवाने के लिए जो एक्सपेंसेस होते हैं, वो खुद से बियर करे। तो ये पॉसिबल नहीं है। ये पॉसिबल है कि हम आपको गाइड कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ये पॉसिबल नहीं है कि वेबसाइट से जो लेक्चर की सब्सक्रिप्शन वो फ्री हो, क्योंकि वेबसाइट का पे करना होता है। और मेंटोर जो है वो फ्री हो, तो इसलिए इसका पे करना होता है। इसका बेनिफिट क्या है? बेनिफिट ये है कि आप लोग वैसे तो पाकिस्तान में जो सिस्टम चल रहा है वो ये है कि आप कोई 30 20 30 थाउजेंड देते हैं, और 20 30 थाउजेंड के बाद आपको जो है वो कोई आपका नाम खुद ब खुद ऐड कर दिया जाता है। ठीक है। कि इस चलें जी, ये आपको ऑथरशिप मिल जाती है। फोर्थ, और आपको ये भी नहीं पता होता कि वो जो पेपर है जिस जर्नल में वो पब्लिश हुआ है उसकी वर्थ क्या है। तो बस आप उनको पैसे देते हैं, वो आपका नाम डाल देते हैं। ना आपको पता होता है कि, और फिर आपको हर एक पेपर के लिए आपको पैसे देने पड़ते हैं। आप 20 30 30 थाउजेंड 40 थाउजेंड आप देंगे, तो आपने जितने भी 2 और 3 पेपर होंगे, तो आपको 20 30 थाउजेंड, और आप हमेशा डिपेंडेंट रहते हैं। इस डिपेंडेंसी से निकलने का एक ही तरीका है, वो ये है कि आप खुद से वो ग्रुप ज्वाइन करें। जिस तरह के ये हमारे रिसर्च ग्रुप, अभी हम ये प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं। आप खुद सीखें, आप लेक्चर सुने, क्योंकि रिसर्च के लेक्चर आपको कहीं नहीं मिलेंगे, कोई प्लेटफॉर्म इससे लेक्चर सुने, और जो कि आपके पास होंगे। और उसके बाद जहां समझ नहीं आती मेंटोर से पूछें, और प्रैक्टिकली उसको परफॉर्म करें। तो ये ग्रुप जब परफॉर्म करेगा, प्रैक्टिकली परफॉर्म करेगा, उसे पता भी होगा कि रिसर्च करते किस तरह हैं। तो ये जो चीज़ है, तो हमारे रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट इस तरह काम करेंगे। डॉक्टर समी, आप जो है वो अ, जिसको जल्दी है, ही शी कैन लीव। हमें पता है कि हमें कब स्टार्ट करना है। वी नो वेल। ठीक है। इसकी फी कितनी होगी? इसकी फी हम अभी जो लोग होंगे, जो आज का जिन्होंने वेबिनार अटेंड किया हुआ है, या जिन्होंने वो इस लिंक को शेयर किया हुआ था, क्योंकि लिंक को शेयर करना ये एक फ्री वेबिनार था, ये आप ही लोगों को बता सकते हैं, हम तो नहीं सबको बता सकते। तो इस पार्टिसिपेंट के लिए ये इसकी जो है वो अप टू 65% ऑफ ले सकते हैं। और अप टू 65% ऑफ के बाद इनकी जो फी है वो तकरीबन 15,000 होगी, जिसमें जिसमें आप इसको ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं। तो अगर आप खुद से कोई किसी ऑथरशिप लेना चाहें मुख्तलिफ, जिस तरह हम, और वो काम हम नहीं करते कि हमें लोग पैसे दें और हम आपको आपका नाम ऐड कर दें, उसमें वो 30,000 लेते हैं, 40,000 लेते हैं, लेकिन ये आपकी फी होगी इसमें। मेरे ख्याल में ये फी अगर चलिए मैं आपको बता देता हूँ कि ये वर्क किस तरह करेगा। हाँ, एक मेंटोर होगा और फिर ये 10 पीपल होंगे। तो और आपको जो टास्क प्रोजेक्ट शुरू किया जाएगा, वो आप लेक्चर सुनेंगे, और जहां आपको समझ नहीं आएगी मेंटोर आपको हेल्प करेगा। जब आपका पेपर कंप्लीट हो जाएगा तो प्लेटफॉर्म उसको पब्लिश करवाएगा। या 15K आफ्टर डिस्काउंट है। मे बी सम पीपल को बहुत से प्लेटफॉर्म ऐसे भी हैं जो 3 डेज का वो सेशन लेते हैं। 3 डेज के सेशन की फी उनकी इससे ज्यादा होती है। मतलब कि 3 डेज उन्होंने बताना है आपको, कोई रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट शुरू नहीं करवाना, कोई मेंटोर आपको 1 or 2 मंथ के लिए आपके साथ नहीं होगा। वो ये करते हैं कि 3 दिन के 3 डेज के लेक्चर होते हैं, और उसके बाद आप उनको वो इससे ज़्यादा आपको पे करना पड़ता है। तो जब आपको वेबसाइट की सब्सक्रिप्शन, लेक्चर्स मिल रहे हैं और साथ मेंटोरशिप मिल रही है, तो मेरे ख्याल में, और फिर पेपर को पब्लिश करवाना, तो ये एक हेक्टिक काम होता है। ठीक है जी। ये जो रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट है ये उन लोगों के लिए है जो कि अभी बिगिनर्स हैं। वो भी इसको ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, जिनको आता है वो अच्छी बात है, जिन्होंने अभी स्टार्ट करना है वो भी इसको कर सकते हैं। जो फ्री रिसर्च, ये जो लेक्चर्स होंगे ये आपको वेबसाइट पे अवेलेबल होंगे। और नहीं, जो ये जो रिसर्च होगी ये सिर्फ मेरे हमारे डिपार्टमेंट से, कार्डियोलॉजी से नहीं होगी, ये कोई भी गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजी से हो सकती है, डॉक्टर आतिफ गैस्ट्रोएंटरोलॉजी में। चलें अभी डॉक्टर जो नबील हैं वो अभी स्टार्ट करते हैं। आई थिंक आपके जो क्वेश्चन है वो हम एंड पे ले लेंगे। डॉक्टर नबील, डॉक्टर नबील, आई एम ऑडिबल टू यू? मैंने बताया कि जी, आप जो रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट होगा, जो हम इसके बाद रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट शुरू करेंगे, अभी जो नहीं, 10 पीपल का टाइटल डिफरेंट नहीं होगा। देखिए, 10 पीपल एक ही पेपर पे, एक ही टॉपिक पे, एक ही पेपर पे काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उनके टास्क डिफरेंट है। कोई स्क्रीनिंग पे काम कर रहा है, कोई एनालिसिस कर रहा है, तो वो उनको टास्क दिए दिए जाएंगे। डॉक्टर नबील इधर हैं? हम्म, एक मिनट स्टूडेंट। डॉक्टर नबील अभी ज्वाइन करना चाह रहे हैं। एक मिनट, मैं उनको होस्ट बना दूं, डॉक्टर नबील को।
Assalamualaikum everyone. Can you please hear me? Please let me know if I'm audible. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your patience. So we'll quickly start today's lecture without any brief explanations. So I would like to introduce myself first, and then we'll deep dive into the research methodology, different study designs, and tips and tricks to collaborate, information about different softwares that we can learn to do research, use of AI and other relevant tools. So that would be an introductory session. Uh, I will also address your questions as well. And if there is any questions from your side, you can post in the chat box. I will be answering your queries as well. So let's begin without any further delays.
इसको रिमूव कर दो।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we'll be discussing Introduction to Research Methodology. My name is Muhammad Nabil Siddiq, and I'm finally an MBBS student at King Edward Medical University, Lahore, Pakistan. And I have published over 100 full text and abstracts, including Annals of Oncology, The Lancet, Blood, and some other high impact fact journals. And my abstracts have been accepted and presented at ESMO, ESCO, ACC. These are different societies from United States, and we have mentored over 500 students to become published author. And also last year I provided free guidance to Palestinian, Sudanese, and Lebanese medical students in systematic review and meta-analysis. You can follow me on LinkedIn and ResearchGate as well to know more about me and my research. A little bit about First Aid Made Easy platform. We conducted sessions last year on research methodology, uh, sessions on narrative review, systematic review, meta-analysis. We also provided research training about different advanced analysis software like Raftman, MetaExcel, Jamovi, CMA, and Open Meta Analyst. So you will get to know about these softwares, the uses, the different study designs in the research mentorship program that Dr. Atif just introduced to you. You will be getting detailed lectures on each and everything of these study designs, not just the introductory session, but how to practically conduct the research and publish in impact factor journals. These lectures are available via web, Android, and iOS apps of First Aid Made Easy platform. You can contact their admins. These are glimpses from the last sessions. We had very explained, detailed sessions on, you can see the narrative review, systematic review, and the softwares as well. So let's deep dive into the research. How many of you know the research? Can you let me know what is research? What is your perception of the research? I just wanted to know how many of you are not sleeping. And if you have ever conducted any research, you can let us know about that as well. Yes, new to the research, searching about anything again and again. Yes, is a systematic way to finding to know. Yes, definitely. There are no wrong answers, so you can share anything you know about the research. It's not exam, and there are no wrong answers. Seeking or searching things, don't know. First year medical students to analysis thing, interpret data. Yes, searching on a topic, systematic investigation. It's a way of discovering new things. Yes, excellent. So all of you know a little bit about research. So there is a like Wikipedia style definition of the research. It's a systematic and organized effort to finding answers to the questions. That is systematic investigation to discover new information or fact or reach a new understanding or collect information on a subject. We as a medical student or recent graduates don't have luxury labs to conduct research, so that could be a systematic investigation of new information or reaching new understanding of the information from already collected data. So that's just not limited to creation of new knowledge. The research is like reaching the new understanding of the facts that are already established and using the information that is already available. So creation of new knowledge and use of the existing knowledge in new and creative way so as to generate new concepts, methodology, and understanding. So that was like a Wikipedia styled definitions, just to brief you about what is research. So we know why we are here today. So we want to know its significance as well, how it can play a vital role in our career, in our like steps in our education journey. So, research revolutionized treatments and cures. We know that knowledge of diseases because of advancing research. It guides our evidence-based practices. It reduces healthcare costs and improving public health. So these are the benefits of the research to the humanity, to the healthcare system. But why it's important for us? Because it strengthens your CV. It highlights your dedication and standout achievement. It's something extra than your academic performance. And if you are a match applicant, you are doing USMLE, PLAB, you are doing whatever you are doing, any exam, you need research. And it's practical demonstration of your critical thinking, of your innovation and commitment to the healthcare. You can see these are the graphs of mean number of research experiences of international medical graduates. This is the data from 2 years back. That graphs would be like so stacking and reaching, touching the skies. You can see these are the different specialities, and you can see the mean number of abstracts published by the candidates who matched. So you can see almost in every specialty, US IMGs, even US IMGs need research and non-US IMGs need research as well to match in the competitive specialties. Given the high competition, nowadays it's hard to get position in non-competitive specialties as well. So the research plays a vital role as well. And these are the mean number of abstracts, presentation, and publication by international medical graduates. You can see the number of publications if you want to like apply for a match in neurosurgery. You need an average 32 presentation or abstract or publications. If you want to do orthopedic surgery, you will need on average 30 publications. You can see even in pathology, even in journal surgery, family medicine, like you can see you need publications, whatever the specialty is gonna be. And it adds like more difficulties when you are non-US immigrant, you are international medical graduates residing in other countries like we from low middle income countries from Southeast Asia. So it becomes difficult for us to match into even non-competitive specialties, giving the portfolio containing no research. So research is really important for you, for your CV, for your career, for your match. It's like after you are past the exams, the professional exams, and their licensing exams, the things you need, these are the clinical experiences like electives and observerships. And the other thing that you need is the research. So research is an ultimate tool for you for networking, for matching into competitive specialty, for improving your confidence, for improving your presentation skills, improving your interview skills. So there is a lot more just than publications in the research. So we broadly classify medical research into two big categories, like the primary research and the secondary research. So primary research means creation of new knowledge that is usually done in the fields, in the clinical trials, in laboratories. So we don't have all these facilities. So this is not for us. We usually do in from being a medical student or an undergrad or a graduate from a low middle income country with no labs or other facilities, we do the secondary research. We publish reviews, systematic that includes systematic reviews, narrative reviews, and meta-analysis. We do other like observational studies as well, but we use the database. Like some of you might be familiar with CDCs, GBDs, and other databases. So we utilize their data. These are still secondary researches. Please give me thumbs up if you're with me till now so we can move forward. Please give a thumbs up. We'll take the questions at the end of the session. So most of your queries will be solved during the presentation. And if you still have any further queries, we'll be discussing at the end of the session, and you will be getting important information about getting research positions in United States that might be paid or unpaid. So that would be discussed by Dr. Akib, who is currently serving as a postdoctoral research scholar at Duke University in the Department of Gastroenterology. So everyone is with me. Thank you so much for your attention, and we'll move forward.
And Dr. Nabil, please, what's your message again?
Okay. Are you guys comfortable with Urdu or not? I should continue in English if it's not an issue, because like it's just another language for us.
I think in English good because a lot of students here don't speak Urdu.
Thank you so much. So we'll be continuing in English as we have international participants as well. So if there is any difficulty, I can like make into the simpler meanings. So let's move forward. We have two broad categories of medical research. That's primary research and secondary research. Then we have the basic research that includes the lab-based studies, animal-based studies, cell-based studies. Then we have the clinical trials that include experimental and observational studies as well. And then we have the observational studies. So these are all primary designs of the research. Then we have the secondary. These are easy to conduct because we utilize already published data from different databases. We have systematic reviews, narrative reviews, meta-analysis, scoping reviews, and a lot more. So this is a pyramid of evidence. You can see from bottom to top, the level of evidence is increasing. Animal and lab-based studies are at the bottom of the evidence pyramid because it does not involve any humans. Then we have the case reports and case studies. Case reports are basically an explanation or description of a unique rare case that you encounter while you are a physician. That might be a case series, narrative reviews, expert opinions. If you are a scholar or physician, your opinions are get published as well. Then we have the observational studies that include case control studies, cohorts, randomized control trials. I'll be giving you examples of all these studies as well, so you can have an idea about the different study designs. And then we have the meta-analysis and systematic reviews at the top of the evidence pyramid, because it utilizes all these study designs and it pulls all these studies, and we get the highest level of evidence. And these subsequently are become the part of clinical practice guidelines. That's why they are at the top. So we'll be teaching you meta-analysis, systematic reviews as well. Again, we have the filtered information because there could be thousands of articles on a similar topic, but when we critically appraise and critically summarize these articles, these becomes a systematic reviews and meta-analysis. So as a student, as a physician, you don't have to read the thousands of articles related to a single disease. This is this is made simple, like that have been reviewed into a single paper as a systematic review or meta-analysis. There are some examples of the papers. You can see that this is an example of a case report that could be like uh, any intervention that is like not in the mainstream clinical guidelines. That could be a diagnostic challenge when you are practicing as a doctor. That could be a treatment challenge. That could be a new intervention you are using. That could be a rare presentation of a case. That could be like association with something odd that's not seen normally in clinical practice. So everything that is unusual, that's rare, that could be published as a case report. Like that's a story of a patient. The story of the patient is a publishable research paper. Then we have the letters to editor. These are communication between the readers, the students, and the physicians to the editor of the journals. If you have any like opinion regarding a certain article, and if there are like trend of a new article, there is a new publication, and you have a different opinion on that, but the opinion is clinically sound, so your opinion is going to be published, and that is called a letter to editor. So you as a medical student, as an undergrad or a postgrad student, you can do a letter to editor because it does not involve any methodology. These are just your suggestions grounded by the scientific work published previously. We have the cohort studies. This is an example of a cohort study. Then we have the randomized control trials. You might have heard this word a lot of time. Randomized control trials, basically the gold standard practical studies in which we compare the safety and efficacy of a treatment for a certain disease, and then we analyze the results for the both of the groups and see which group performs better. Then we have the systematic reviews and meta-analysis. If we have a certain number like 2, 3, 4, 5 randomized control trials on the same topic with the same drug on the same disease, we combine these articles and that become a systematic review. That's an example of a systematic review. Then we have the CDC study. Uh, like you can have a publication on the CDC Wonder database. That's a mortality database of United States. Like they have everything online. You can see the mortality records, and you can see on their websites, you can publish, analyze the data, and you can present the findings with clinical relevance and publish your article from that data as well. Then we have the GBD studies. There is another database that's called Global Burden of Disease. They have data for like 200 plus diseases from all the countries of the world from 1999 to 2023. So you can publish the data from these databases as well. So a research article have a different components. That's you will see the title, then we have the author details, then the abstract, that's the summary of the whole article. These are different components of a research article that you will see. Then we have the introduction about what is already done and what we are going to do in the article. Then we have the methodology section in which we explicitly explain the method, how we conduct this study, then the findings of our study, and compare and contrast with other studies that are previously published and conclusions we made, and references at the end. These are few components of any research article that you will see. So what are key steps in doing research? We'll see the queries at the end of the session. So what are key steps in doing research? We identify a research problem. Then we conduct a literature review, means the problem you are going to do research on is of clinical importance. There is an ongoing discussion of that research problem. Then you review the literature, you see what's already published on that topic, and then you formulate your research question. You choose a study design, as we can choose any of the study designs, cross-sectional study, that could be a an observational study, that could be a systematic review or meta-analysis. Then we collect the data, we analyze the data in the software, and then we interpret the results and report the findings as publication. So these are 8 steps, 8 key steps involved in any type of study design you're going to conduct. You will identify a research problem that is clinically relevant, that's novel, that's contributing to ongoing discussions, and then you conduct a literature review. Literature review mean you read the previous researches conducted on that, you find a gap, you formulate your research questions, and then you choose a study design. Then we conduct the data, analyze the data using different softwares, interpret our results, and report findings. These are different key steps in conducting the research. Please give me a thumbs up if you're with me, and I would take some of the questions as well. We have a question that the explanation is suitable for someone who has some knowledge. So this is just to let you know the research, different terms, the terminology used in the research. You are not supposed to know everything from this session alone, because this is just an introduction. We are just going through the introduction. We have detailed session, like you can see, identifying a research problem. We have an hour or half an hour discussion on identifying a topic. So these are this session is just to let you know the different terminology that you will see throughout the research world. Thank you so much. No, anyone can do the research, not only the MBBS students, the biomedical students can do research, even arts students can do research as well. So the research is generally applicable to reporting our finding means publishing our results. Akib Rahman, we have question, explain choosing study design. Choosing the study design depends upon so many factors, like availability of funds, the key clinical problem you're going to discuss, the knowledge about that study you are going to conduct, and then the appropriateness of that study design. If you have two interventions, like two treatments, you want to check the safety and efficacy of that drug on a particular disease population. So you will do a clinical trial or randomized control trials. If you just want to have a snapshot of the participants, like you want to see the prevalence of something, you will be choosing cross-sectional studies. If you want to compare, if certain risk factor is associated with disease, you can choose retrospective cohorts, or you can have a prospective cohort. You can have a case control study. So these are three study designs. It depends upon what you're going to do. As a beginner, where to start? Like a third year student, slow. It's never too early to start research. Even some students do in the first year of MBBS in Pakistan as well. I'm not talking about United States or United Kingdom and or other countries. So you can start early. You can like get basic information about research methodology from YouTube, from ChatGPT. You can see the lectures, you can have Coursera sessions to just have the basics of the research, to get familiar with the terminologies, and then you can take the sessions, you can choose the mentorship as well. Yes, definitely that's suitable for first year medical students as well. It will end soon, Faika. We have literature review mean to you see you check the databases, you see what's already published on that topic, and you see the gap, because not every research article is detailing about everything. Because whenever you'll read the research articles, you will see they might be on a very single particular point, and every study has a certain limitations as well. So if you want to do a research, you can like choose the limitations our future directions of previous studies and design the new. Best time to start research. It's never too early to start research or to start studying for steps. So you can start wherever it's appropriate for you. I will let you know how to approach journals as well. What are the basis to literature reviews? You can do cross-sectional studies in Pakistan. You can do systematic reviews, meta-analysis. You can do case reports as well. As a beginner, as a medical student, as an undergraduate student, you can do these study designs. Generally, reviews are easily published. The class will end soon. So we have enough queries. So let's move forward. And then I will let you know how to identify a research topic in a while. So let's move forward. So how will approach to select a topic for our research? That was the most asked question in the chat box. So this is for you guys, how to select the topic. First, you will identify area of interest. So what do I mean by area of interest? Like medical field is a very like broad, complex and ever growing field. Either you're gonna be a neurologist, a gastroenterologist, a cardiologist, or whatever you want to become in the future. That's an area of interest. So as you know, the scientific research is exploding. It's increasing exponentially. So there are subspecialties in the specialty. Like if you want to do cardiology, we have electrophysiology, and we have certain subspecialties of the fields as well. So it's up to you for now. You just have to select a certain area of interest. That could be cardiology, that could be neurology, that could be gastroenterology, that could be gynecology, that could be anything. Anything you want to become in the future, that is your area of interest. Then you read about the diseases, the complications. You select a disease and then you read all available treatments on that specific disease. I will give you examples of that as well. Then you select the treatment, then you find the gap. That's the simplest way how to select a topic. Then we formulate the research question. And if it's feasible, we do the research, we do the literature search, we check if something is already published or not. If it's not published anywhere, the topic that you designed, so that's a publishable topic, that's your topic. The areas of interest could be the field you want to pursue in the future. That could be being a medical student. It's difficult to like think from now, but definitely if you start reading, you will develop interest and you will see the clarity of mind in choosing the field, in choosing area of interest. Definitely, there are certain like there is a lot of active research going on gastroenterology, in cardiology, in hematology, oncology than the other fields. So definitely these are hot fields like neurology as well. So these are 4 or 5 some hot areas, and you can check further, narrow down and see uh, on which diseases there is ongoing clinical research, the clinical trials, and you can see where you can do the research, you can do a review as well. So this is about the topic selection. We have the common research tools. So how do we do the literature search thing? We have certain databases for that, like we have the PubMed database. Uh, this is task for you to just open the websites of these databases and see how these websites look like. Simply search PubMed, Cochrane Library, and Scopus on the Google, and you will see these are databases that include thousands and thousands of articles for you from all different medical specialty. We have other databases as well, like Embase, we have clinical trials, we have Web of Science. So these are the main databases for the literature search. Then we have the Google Scholar as well. So there are some certain tools for data collection, like if you are doing a cross-sectional study, lot might be familiar with the Google Forms. We have the Survey Monkey, Google Sheets, and these are the certain tools to collect data for your cross-sectional studies. There are some certain tools for data analysis. If you want to become a data analyst in future, you can learn about SPSS. We have Jamovi, we have NVivo, and we have Art Studio if you are interested in coding or programming language. So R is definitely a great tool to learn. And then we have the SPSS, Jamovi, and NVivo as well. We have certain writing assistant tools for you. Like you can use Grammarly to improve your English. We have the chat gpt, deepseek, we have claude code and certain other tools. These could be your writing assistants when you are doing research. Whenever you are doing scientific research, you have to like add references for everything that you say, that you state. So there are some citation management tools. You can use Taro, you can use EndNote, Mendeley as well. These are three tools where you can manage your references, where you can cite the articles whenever you're going to write an articles. There are some tools for plagiarism and AI detection. We have Turnitin, that's a premium software. We have the plagiarism checker X. Then we have the Grammarly plagiarism checker. Plagiarism mean whenever you are copying and pasting from articles of other, that's like a professional theft. That's called plagiarism. So whenever you're going to cite someone, you have to write in your own words. That's not plagiarism. You have to give credit to the author that created that information. So what are different journals? Journals, you can imagine like these are the digests where authors publish their stories. So every scientific article is a story, and the journals, these are the digests where your stories are get getting published. So we have some high impact factor journals. You can start reading these journals. You can see activate their publication alerts. So you are like familiar with what's going on in the research world. We have the New England Journal of Medicine. We have a whole portfolio of the Nature. We have a lot of journals from Lancet series. We have the JAMA. We have the Science. So you can wherever you're interested, like you can explore the relevant journals and you can check what's going on in the research world. And if you like to read the books, there are some certain books suggestions for you. If you want to do good in meta-analysis, in systematic reviews, you can find the PDFs, free PDFs in on the Google as well. We have the Cochrane handbooks for systematic reviews of intervention. We have Introduction to Meta-analysis by Michael Bernstein. We have Finding What Works in Healthcare, Standards for Systematic Review and Meta-analysis. These are gold standard books if you want to do systematic review and meta-analysis. As a researcher, you have to use certain social media tools. Like we have LinkedIn ResearchGate. All of you are requested to make your professional LinkedIn accounts and then make your ResearchGate accounts. You can make your free Google Scholar account on your Gmail, so that whenever you publish anything that's visible, and uh, you are getting the proper like audience for the research. Like other social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, these are not compatible with the researchers. As you are a researcher, you are a sensible person, you should be using professional social media platforms like LinkedIn. We have ResearchGate and X. LinkedIn is just like your CV. A ResearchGate is a whole profile of your research. Similarly, we have Google Scholar, and you can also connect with the researcher, like-minded persons. For collaboration, you can get a lot of collaborations using LinkedIn and X, formerly known as Twitter. There are some free courses on Coursera you can take and increase your knowledge on Introduction to Systematic Review and Meta-analysis. That's by the John Hopkins University. We have Writing in Sciences. If you want to know about everything, each and everything in scientific, in like scientific writing, you can do these courses. We have understanding clinical research behind the statistics by University of Cape Town. We have art programming. If you are interested in coding in AI and its applications, you can learn the art programming by John Hopkins University. So these are freely available courses on John Hopkins. You can enroll in these courses and you can get benefit from these as well. So whenever you are in the field, there are some certain people who posts about the research, what's going on on research, on AI, on global health, and on tools, etc. So you can follow these people as well, not me. uh, you can take the screenshots and you can search these people, you can follow these people, and you'll see their amazing profiles. They post informative and educational material on there. So any questions? We have a query from Hina. What is a cross-sectional study? A cross-sectional study is a snapshot of the time, like 100 students are sitting in a lecture theater, and you open the door, you go to the podium, and you simply ask the student, uh, the hostile students, like for example, you have a query. So the number of students using e-cigarettes or vape. So you see 30 hand raised, 30 students among 100 students are using electric or e-cigarettes or vapes. So 30 out of 100, that's the snapshot. Like you're currently checking, you're taking a snapshot or a screenshot, or you can like checking the prevalence of e-cigarette smokers in a classroom of 100. That's your cross-sectional study. That's the simplest example of your cross-sectional study. There is simple prevalence. There is nothing else. That could be like anything, the number of participants with road traffic accidents presenting to emergency, the females with undiagnosed but breast cancer in from the rural areas, knowledge and attitude studies like the knowledge and attitude of the students toward first aid, towards organ donation, towards anything like that's a snapshot. These are the survey studies. All the surveys that you do online whenever your seniors force you to fill the form, that's a cross-sectional study. Well, question from Shamil. Yes, सिखाएं ये बताने से क्या होता है? That's an introductory session. If you can stay with us for next 10 to 20 hours, we can teach you everything in a single session as well. Just a light-hearted joke. We have a complete module on each and every step, how to conduct research, how to do each and every step in a detail. Thank you so much. Yes, do follow me. That would be an honor for me. Yes, you will get certificate as well. Uh, that will end soon, inshallah. Still, we have a session on how to get research positions in United States. There is hollow for Cancolians. Thank you so much, Shamil. Uh, so we are we are done with the questions, I think. It takes a lot of time and effort. Like I have been into research for from last 4 years, so it took me a lot of effort to publish 100 research articles. Definitely, you can do as well. You can have more than 100 publications while being an undergrad student. So everything is possible. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. So I will be handing the mic to Dr. Akib, who is currently postdoctoral research scholar at Duke University, who will be guiding you towards uh, getting research positions about visa information and about a lot other important information. Thank you so much. Uh, That's all from my side.
Hello guys, welcome back. I am audible to all of you. Okay, so let's start. I know the session was like quite dry in the start because we had like a lot of people joining in the session. We had to like accommodate every person. There's like limit in the Zoom, so it's like quite difficult when you have like such large population. I really like appreciate your patience and your effort in joining with us today. Today, the people who have like spoke before, they have like put quite effort into the session, making it like kind of successful. So you are like able to understand the basics of the research. Obviously, research is not a thing like are gonna like learn in a one day or like in 1 to 2 hours. It takes like a significant amount of time till you become an avid or a good researcher. Nabil, I know him personally. He's my junior from my own university, and he's an avid researcher. So I can like trust you, like you're in very good hands. I will try to speak as slow as I can. I can't speak in Urdu because there are a lot of international students in our group, but I will try to speak as slow as I am able to. So let's start. So, what's a research position, or like what are we like discussing about it here? Doing research is a separate thing, like you're doing meta-analysis or systematic reviews or like cross-sectional studies or case reports. That's a separate topic. Like you're doing researches in on different topics or like different subjects or everything. That's a separate topic. Research position means that you are working as a full-time researcher in any university. Like your work is to do research, like you study in a university, you're a full-time student. And how can you, if you're like interested in doing research, or if you want to apply for like uh, competitive subspecialties, for example like surgeries or neurological surgeries or radiology in the future, you have to like do research positions in the US so you are able to get those positions. I don't know, some people like are more interested in doing drawing on the slide, so I had to like go and erase it. Here, let's start. Okay. So what's a research position? Research position is like when you're working as a full-time researcher at any of the universities across the world. I'm like focusing on the US because a lot of students who are like in MBBS or MD, they're like interested in joining the clinical residencies in the US and they want to do research in the US. So let's start. So, little about me. I'm working as a research scholar at Duke University School of Medicine. in the Department of GI Oncology, in the GI cancer. My research interests are colorectal cancer, inflammatory bowel diseases, and gut-brain interaction. That's what I do. So when you're like when you have like decided like you want to do research position, like you are interested in pursuing research full time, you have to like be considerate about two things, like what type of research you want to do. There are like two types of researches or research labs. The first one is the basic research lab. I also call it as experimental research or bench work or wet labs. It means it is a type of lab you are like been hearing all your life, like where you deal with animals, you do experiments, you deal with chemicals and all that type of thing. Such labs are called basic research labs, and the second labs are like clinical research labs or dry labs. In these type of labs you do like systematic reviews, clinical trials, randomized control trials, and these things. Like one type of lab is the one in which you do practical experiments, and the second type of lab is in which you do the clinical trials or like more of a clerical work. So when we talk about the research positions, there are like total five major research positions or titles, you can say. The first one is research scholar, research assistant, clinical research coordinator, postdoctoral associate, research scientist. Obviously, all those positions are like not like at the same level of experience. Research scientist is something like when you're like very experienced in the research and you're like a kind of pro in researches, so you like apply for the research scientist position. Those research scientists are the people who are like being researching for like many years and they're like very experts in that. Research scholar position and postdoctoral positions are like kind of new position, like you're like beginner to the research and you join as a new person. Those are like kind of beginner positions. So most of the graduates, like MBBS graduates or even PhD graduates, or the medical, like the graduates of any medical field, they go for like research scholar positions and the postdoctoral associate positions. Now you can screenshot this if you want to. When you're like searching for the research positions, you have to search for the med schools, like in what med schools you want to apply for the research positions. There are like a lot of US medical schools here, but you have to be like very cautious that like not every school is offering research positions to the international students. Secondly, not every med school offers visas for the international students, so you have to be very cautious about like which med school you're going to target, in which med school you're going to apply, which like offers you a visa if you're not a US citizen. Secondly, they usually like they are offering jobs to the international students. So these are like some med schools, some main med schools which usually provide research positions to the international students and international graduates. You can screenshot this if you want to. Now there are like different ways to look for research positions. The first way and the most easiest one is the career website. I'll show this everything of this like practically later on. The second thing is like on the social media platforms. For example, I am working in a university. For example, in Duke University, in my lab there is an opening for a research position. I am going to post on the LinkedIn, or I'll go to and post on the Twitter or something. That's how I like approach the people who want to apply. That's how like social media works. The first one is the career website. Career website is something like every university, if they have some sort of job openings, they post those jobs on their career websites or like their jobs website. That's what career website means. And the third form and the most common form is the emailing. Like you email every person, every lab person in the US, ask him about them about if they're like looking for anyone as a research scholar or they have a position available or not. Now, what's the career website, like how to look for the positions on the career website? I'll like do that practically for you. I've like mentioned a lot of US medical schools here, so let's talk about, I'm writing here like Duke University School of Medicine, and I like write careers. Like every university, and the end of that, you have to write careers. Now, you get a lot of like websites here in which they have like posted about the jobs. You have to go and click on them. Now, you're like you're searching about the research positions. So you have to go click on the careers and search for here. These are like in search you have to write research. Now, if they have any positions available or like job openings, they will appear here. Here also you can like set the filters, like what department you want to do. If you're like in the health, you can just check the health one like this. Or you can go to like Yale University, same the med school, and the end of that you have to write careers, and the website appears. These are like faculty openings. Click on that, search here. Here come postdocs and postgraduates. These are like emails they have provided for the research positions. You can like target those emails and stuff like that. So long story short, in every med school there's a career website in which they post about the job positions they have currently opened, and you can go and apply on those positions. And from there you can actually look like which uh, like what their requirements are, what are your like credentials, and or things like that. This was the most like the common way to look for the research positions. The second one is like I have mentioned, like the social media platforms, like LinkedIn or the Twitter. Like a lot of people, like if they're like looking for the research people, they'll just go and post on the LinkedIn or like Twitter. So you can go and comment, and like if they've given the emails, you can contact them on the emails. And the most important part is like emailing. I like try to explain the basic or the most easiest way. If you're looking for research positions and you're like doing emails, you have to do mass emailing. Mass emailing means you have to email as many people as you can. In US, research positions are like given by people who are like attendings. Attending means they are consultants. Consultants are like expert doctors, and they also do researches. They have their own labs in which they have different research scholars or research scientists working for them. You are going to target those attendings or researchers for asking them about if they have positions available in their lab or not. I'll show the template in the later slide. Okay, now how to look for like how to look for the emails, who to email. For example, I am a student in any university in any part of the world, and I'm interested in gastroenterology. So what I will do, I look for the med schools. For example, I look at Duke University School of Medicine. I'll write upon gastroenterology department. When I wrote gastroenterology department, it's going to give me the people who are working in the gastroenterology. I'll go to research. I'll get about the like the same research, clinical research that what I told about, and the basic research. If I'm interested in the clinical research, I'll click on the clinical research. Then I'm going to get the emails or the names of the people who are working as a researchers in the Duke University Department of Gastrointestinal Medicine. Now, if I am interested in viral hepatitis, I'll just click on this one. If I'm interested in transplant hepatology, I'll click on this one. That's, for example, if you're looking for gastroenterology, you're not going to look for a specific research specialty. You'll just go and email all of them. Like if you're looking for the research positions in gastroenterology or cardiology or radiology or any field, you have to go and email every single person of that department. Like this is the gastroenterology department. I'll just click on the profile. I'll come to know about the doctor working there, and here is his email. I'll just pick the email from here, go to my email account, Gmail, write his email, and then email him. That's what emailing works. Secondly, most important, you have to send as many emails as you can. Number three, and the most important part, the emails should be personalized. What is meaning of personalized? If I'm like emailing 200 people, asking them about the research positions or research jobs, all the 200 people are from gastroenterology department. I'm not going to write a single email writing like I am interested in gastroenterology research and that I want a research position, and I'm going to add like all 200 emails on the checkbox and going to email single email to all of them. No, if you're writing a personalized email, no one is going to reply you because they know you're just writing the email from AI or something. You have just emailed the single email to every person you have known or like come across to. So the email should be personalized. Personalized means if you're writing email to me, you have to address me. If you're writing email to any other person, you have to be like you should be addressing the other person. Simpler example, there's a person A and person B. I cannot send same email to both of them. I have to write a separate email for the person A. I have to write a separate email for the person 2, person B. If the person A is interested in gastrointestinal cancers in the gastroenterology department, I will write that I'm interested in gastrointestinal cancers. If the person B is interested in stomach cancers, I will write I'm interested in stomach cancer is my email. Like every email should be personalized according to the person you're emailing to. Number four, start with one med school. Like start with the basic. Like you have the checklist of the med schools. You have a list of med schools. Start with the one. Look at the department you want to email. Email all of them. Then move to the second med school, and so on. Number fifth, and also an important part, emails shouldn't be very long. I am like a researcher. If you send me an email and that's too long, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna read that. So the people you're sending emails to, they are doctors. They are like very busy people. They will not read long emails. So you have to write concise, short emails to them. But concise, but you have to write meaningful emails. You have to like address your concerns, all of them in an email. Don't try to be a Shakespeare. Don't try to be like writing like long emails. Don't try to like show your English in the emails. They're not impressed by that. You have to write small, concise emails when you're writing them. Now, that's the email format for you, like how to write an email. You have to like address them formally, like, hey, Dr. XYZ, their name. Normally, we use the last name of the doctor. For example, my name is Akib Ijaz, so you'll write Dr. Ijaz. That's the formal way of addressing a person you're writing an email to. Number two, you have to formally ask them, like, hope you're doing well, hope you had a great weekend, hope this email finds you well in the start. Then you have to introduce yourself. XYZ here, what's your name? XYZ here, I'm a graduate or a student of ABC University in this country. If you're not yet graduated, you have to write, I expect to graduate in this year. If you are graduated, you have to write, I am a graduate of this year. Secondly, this is the main part in which you're addressing the person and you're like writing the introduction of yours. Number two, you're asking him about the research position. You have to like mention your concern, like, I'm writing this email to express my interest in joining a research position in your lab in the following university. For example, if you're emailing someone in Duke University, you're going to write, I'm writing this email to express my interest in joining a research position at your lab in Duke University or Emory University or Harvard University, and so on. Like that depends on the person you're email to, who he works in which university. Number three, as I said, what's personalized? Personalized email means if I'm writing an email to a person, I am to address that person specifically. That's what Personalized means here is something that makes your email personalized. Like you are going to say him that I read your lab's research. For example, I emailed a person. I read his lab research. You have to read his lab research. You have to write that email that I read about your lab's research and you publish articles in the studies which shows you have to read those articles and you have to write a very like short description that about those articles. For example, if an article was about colorectal cancer, you have to write that I have read your lab research and published articles on colorectal cancer, and I'm like very inspired by your lab work, and I want to research in the field of gastroenterology or colorectal cancers under your mentorship. Like you, if you are like emailing the person, you have to mention his publications, that you have read those publications and you are like interested in the work he's doing in his lab. Number four, then it comes, you have to write about yourself that I do not have an extraordinary research profile because you are a student or graduate. You're like not like a pro researcher. You might have some publications, but that's not like very like obviously that's not enough for getting a research position. So you have to write that I might not have an extraordinary research profile, but I have worked on some articles. If you haven't worked on the articles, you can write that I do not have research profile, and but I am eager to learn and improve my research skills under the supervision of your team. Like you're showing the concern that you want to learn under them. You're not like telling them that you're a kind of pro person, you know everything and you don't know anything to learn. You have to show them that you are a new person to this business and you want to learn more in this field. Like you want to show them an idea that you want to learn more. Then after that, you have to like close the email saying, I would be honored to further discuss my qualifications and my background, that how it aligns with your interest and the goal of your team. And the last, you have to close the email with, thank you for considering my application. I look forward to the possibility of contribution to your distinguished team. Then you have to write best or regards or whatever you like, your name and your affiliation. And very important thing, you have to attach your CV with the email. You can take the snapshot or the screenshot of this email if you want to. It's no an issue. Now, let's move to 1 second. Okay. Paid or unpaid. This is the another important part like students want to know about, like if they're getting a research position, is it paid or not? So as of 2025, a lot of universities were cut off from federal funds, which means a lot of US medical schools are not getting government funding any long. So most of the research positions in the start will be unpaid for you, because paid positions require same level experience or more experience. If you want to get a paid position, you have to work unpaid somewhere, then you can apply for a paid position. You'll hopefully get one. For most of the positions in the start, when you have nothing, no experience in working in a lab or working as a research scholar, or you have no experience in anything, you just graduated, so you have to do unpaid most of the times. Although some attendings do give stipend from their own pocket to the research scholars, but that's between you and your attending, obviously. But most of the positions are like unpaid. Now, I'll just talk about like brief information about the visas. So when it comes about the US visas, medical professionals come across three types of visas. They're like B1, B2 visas. B1, B2 visas are like for electives, observerships, clinical rotations. J1 visa is for clinical residency and for research jobs like research scholar or like research assistant or everything related to research is like that's on J1 visa. And the third one and H1 visa, H1B visa is for clinical residency. So these are like main three types of visas you will come across as a med professional. How to apply for a visa? Obviously, I'm not going to like go in the details of application of the visa, but I'll like just give you a brief introduction to that. If you're like looking for applying for a visa, you have to go to the official site of U.S. government of U.S. visa scheduling website and put in the information correctly, your biographic information, your data, your name, date of birth, and sort of thing like that. After that, if you're applying for the visa, you have to book an appointment and you have to pay the $185 fee. After that, you have to fill in the DS-160 form. After that, if you're working as a research scholar, you have to get a J1 visa. For that, you have to take DS 2019 along with other documents like your passport, your letter from the university, letter of acceptance, and your like bank statements with to the embassy for the visa interview. As I said, I just touched the topic. It's a very long topic, and I cannot like cover it entirely in one discussion. So here how it ends. Any questions for me? So for a research, there is no start point. If you're a med school student, first year student, second year student, third year student, or fourth year student, you can start anytime. You have to look for appropriate research lectures. You can go, as Nabil mentioned, that you can learn research from various sources. For example, Coursera or like various lectures are available online for free. You can go and take those lectures and start doing research. The most important part is when you're like learning as a research or want to do research as a beginner, you kind of try to have a mentor with you who can do the research with you. He knows the research, he knows how to do research. He will do research with you and teach you how to like you can move forward with the research projects. During the unpaid time, as obviously not everyone goes for research positions because of the unpaid positions. So if you're not able to you're not able to like afford the research position unpaid, you may not go for that. Secondly, you can do some online jobs or that sort of thing.
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Akim. Please uh, make me co-host.
Any other questions, please?
डॉक्टर आकिम को होस्ट बना दी मुझे.
1 second. 1 second.
I
Okay,
can't share
so
screen. I can't share screen
you're a co-host now. You can share it.
by name Dr. Atif. Okay, see in comment section. It is my ID.
Okay. You're a co-host.
Okay.
Okay. Unpaid time, we all paid. No, no. In the unpaid time, you're not paying anything, but you're also not getting anything. You're like not giving anything and not getting anything. Unpaid means you're not going to pay anyone in the research positions. Fee of publication. Every journal has its own fee of publication. It ranges from thousands of dollars and even more than that. That's where mentors set in, which will guide you how to avoid those fees. Electives cost. Electives is a totally separate discussion. Uh, Electives may like if you're like on VSLO or your university works on VSLO, you can find electives for like as low as $100, but electives may cost like more than thousands. Even like some universities offer electives for like even thousands of dollars. So that's like very like variable type of amount. Why research is necessary for USMLE? Research, as I mentioned in my messages in the WhatsApp group, I told like research is something that makes medical field more innovative. Like you learn about more things, you invent more things, you discover new things. So medicine is all about changing. So if you don't do research, you know nothing about research, you are obviously you may know about like clinical stuff, you know you are a good doctor, but if you're not a good researcher, you can like cope with the people around you. For example, if I'm a researcher and a doctor as well, I will like discover new interventions to treat a disease. If you're just a doctor, you'll just go with the old methods to disease to like treat that disease. So that's why research is important. How to find the mentors. So here in our platform, we will if you like join our like paid sessions, research projects, after that we will provide you a mentor, like that's our responsibility. But if you're not joining our research projects, you can find mentors on LinkedIn. You can like email as many people as you can on LinkedIn or emails, asking them to mentor you on the researches. They will, if they're like available, if they mentor people, they will certainly like mentor you. Yeah, it's research is not like important for USMLE exams, that's separate thing, but for like getting a position like clinical residency in the US or research positions in the US, that's for research is important. Uh, if you're applying for research position, research doing research is something else, research position is something else. Doing research you can do at home or everywhere else. Research position is like a permanent position, as a permanent job. If you want to work as a researcher in the US or in Australia or like UK, you have to be graduated first of all. Then you have to have a little like research experience in the field you're going to apply. Then you can go for the three methods I told you, like career websites, emailing, and LinkedIn and social media platforms. No, if you're a first year medical student, we are not going to punch all of the data on you. Obviously, we are going to take every person step by step from the basics, teaching you how to like in the Nabil told about like topic selection briefly, like how we can select a topic. But obviously, if you're working with us in our research projects, we'll like tell you how to actually look for a topic, and you can validate your topic accordingly. Okay. So cost about what? Could you elaborate the cost? What cost? I can't get your question. Supervisors approves and conducts. Yeah, every supervisor conducts interviews. Obviously, that's obviously if I'm going to give a job to a person, obviously I'm going to interview him. So if I'm working for a university, their supervisor obviously uh, accepts. If he accepts me, he has to like do an interview. If he likes me, he is like satisfied, he offers me a job. That's how it works. uh those with the degree in master's in public health are preferred for what? If you're looking for research positions, mostly like you have to have a PhD or something. There are some master people like working as a research people here too. Yeah, you can just go for, if you're like in the master of public health, you have to do like researches, and you can certainly apply for the research positions. Yes, you can. You can do research in every specialty. Research is not limited to medicine as well. Research can be done in arts, research can be done in like sports and everything. But as we are like medical professionals, we do research in medicine or surgery. It can be done in any field like dermatology, cardiology, gastroenterology, oncology, everything. If a graduate has no research experience publications, you can sure go for the emailing. You can just write it like you want to learn more about research and want to work under them. If they have positions available, they certainly reply you. In the CV, if you're making a CV, you have to make your CV as simple as possible. Try to write what you have accomplished in your like med school or your career. Don't try to put your like flowers and leaves in your CV, like don't decorate it. That's not like professional. No, we don't have to pay for to get a paid position. Paid position comes with experience. If you have experience, you can apply for a paid position, but that requires experience. You can publish your own research if you know how to do that. If you don't, that will be like a little difficult for you. In Pakistan, if you're looking for a residency position, obviously research matters. Yeah, it matters. Uh, for me, I graduated in 2025 April from King Edward Medical University, and I came here in November. So that was my timeline. Rough time, guess. Even paid can be. Yeah, you can do research from home with mentor online. You don't have to be present physically in with the mentor. It's something that you can do on the social media. Yeah. I think we are done with the questions. In
Okay.
Pakistan, if you're looking for residency positions in induction process, there are some numbers for researches. So obviously, if you get those numbers, you get higher merit, so you can apply for the residency in Pakistan. One research
Okay.
project can take about 1 to 3 months, depending upon the mentors and the mentees, like how much time you take to learn and do things. So it's very variable. As I told before, single paper, and when we are publishing a paper in the research journals may cost more than $1,000. So that's something expensive. If you're interested in research, you can join our research project sessions. If you don't want to join, you can go and look for the mentors on social media. Obviously, someone will be there to help you. Sure, sure. So the fee about our session is like 15K, like it's 15,000 rupees. So it's not, obviously, if some of people you may say like it's a very like large fees, but it's not that much because we are like looking for mentors for you and we have to pay for those mentors. Obviously, those mentors are going to dedicate a lot of their time to your researches, so we have to pay them. Secondly, research is not something very cheap in this world now, because when you are done with the articles, you have to submit them in the research journals, and those research journals are like hella expensive. So I think I am done here. I hand over the mic to Dr. Hafiz Atif. Okay, guys,
जी
it was cool talking to you. Have a good
जी अस्सलाम
day.
वालेकुम। थैंक यू डॉक्टर आकिब, माशाल्लाह आपने बहुत अच्छा एक्सप्लेन किया। और जो अभी क्वेश्चन थे आपके, वो मैं आपको थोड़ा सा एड्रेस कर देता हूँ। बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स ये पूछ रहे थे कि अबाउट, थैंक यू डॉक्टर डॉक्टर आकिब, जज़ाकल्लाह खैर। सर 5 मंथ के बाद हम ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं रिसर्च? हाँ।